It can be really hard sometimes to love ourselves or see ourselves the way that God sees us because we live with ourselves every single day. I feel like we can be very critical of ourselves and we can definitely compare ourselves to other people or however we think we need to be. And so I wanted to have a conversation about the process that I've been going through to learn to love myself and see myself the way that God does. So, welcome back to the show where we're always talking about all things pertaining to you, me, and Jesus. And today we're having a conversation about learning to love ourselves the way that God does. And I feel like when I am processing what I wanted to say about the show, I feel kind of maybe vulnerable, but I feel like very vulnerable, honest, and transparent here on the show anyway. But I think I feel even more vulnerable because maybe I haven't quote unquote arrived yet. Like I'm still on the journey. I don't know, but let's just get into it. So when I think about loving ourselves the way that God does, like I think about God loving us unconditionally. Like he doesn't love us based on our past, our present, our future, what other people say about us, how we sound. Like he just loves us, right? He's just like, I just love you and I just love you no matter what, right? I don't think that we do that to ourselves. I don't think we see ourselves like that. I don't think that we believe that other people could love us like that. And I think that maybe because we not only have a hard time loving ourselves that way, but we have a hard time loving other people that way. And if we have a hard time loving ourselves and others that way, then maybe it's hard for us to fathom that something or someone or God could love us that way, or how is that even possible when you don't even have the capacity for it? You know what I mean? So let's just go back to like what's ruminating in my mind, right? Like probably seven, maybe 7 years ago, I was at the altar and I went up to one of the ministers and was like, I am just struggling. I can't seem to figure out what is going on with me. And I was like, and he just looked at me and I could tell he was talking to God or whatever. He just said, you don't love yourself. And I was like, huh? And I think I was offended. I don't think I told him I was offended, but I think I was partially offended. But I think I was also curious about that because I was like, he doesn't know me. So I was curious enough to not dismiss it, you know? And over the years, or even time when I went back home to process that, I was like, why would I not love myself? What would cause me not to love myself? And I started thinking about my divorce, going through divorce. I started thinking about all of my insecurities, and the different ways or areas of my life where I'm making unhealthy choices out of desperation, where I don't love who and how I am, like my voice, my teeth, my hair, my body, just like all these different things, you know? And then I started thinking about the choices that I made out of desperation. Like my ex is not a bad person, but when I look at him today and how he was back then, there's no way that I would even think about dating him, right? Because there was just so much there. But I was so desperate that it was like, I finally found someone who wants me or seems to want me. Let me hold on to that for dear life, you know? And so when I think about a person that doesn't love themselves, that is a person who doesn't think that they could have more than what is available, right? And I've been going on this journey for the last 10 years of being like, well, who am I? What do I really want? What do I feel like I actually deserve? It's just like in relationship. And that was one of the hardest ones because there was times I was like, I don't feel like I deserve this kind of guy because I'm this. I don't think I deserve this kind of guy because I'm this or not this or not this. Just all these different things, you know? Like one physical area was I watched myself gain a lot of weight. Like I'm used to being like 170. I've been 170 for a long time and that was like 226. Now I'm like 189, so I'm working on getting down. But I was just like looking at myself in the mirror and I was like, the guys that I'm attracted to are not attracted to me because of how I look, you know? And God started going on this journey where, like, I mean, it sounds crazy when I say it, but it's my reality, where I would be online or in person or just somewhere, and I would see a heavy-set black woman with a physically fit man. And I would be like, a heavy-set African American woman like me with a physically fit, very, handsome to me man. And I felt like God was like, see, you think that X, Y, and Z makes you lovable, but that's not what it is. Like, she could be heavy set or she could be fit. He loves her. Like, he loves her. And you need to love her. And the guy that I bring to you is going to love you, not everything else. And that's been a journey of just being like, okay, like, no, okay, like, oh, okay, you know? And so then I've been going on this journey with like just life and things in general, just like, do I deserve this or do I deserve that? And the more that I go on this journey of like, maybe like rediscovery, and I'm just seeing where he's really teaching me how to love me. For example, I've been on this weight loss journey. I've been using GLP-1 as a way to help me lose weight in addition to everything else. And one of the things that I do is I drink a protein shake. I never would drink a protein shake, right? I don't like vanilla, but I had this vanilla protein shake. And in the protein shake, I put benefiber, I put collagen, and I put a probiotic in there. And I don't like it. Like I don't like it. I don't like to drink this thing like at all. If I didn't have it, I wouldn't drink it. And one day I was getting ready to drink the shake and I was standing over the sink and I looked at the shake and I said, I don't like you, but I like what you do for me. And then I said, Keenya, you're drinking this not because you like it. You're drinking it because it's good for you. And every morning you're going to drink this because it's good for you. And let's drink it now. And so each morning when I don't want to drink it, I'm like, you're drinking this because you love yourself. And the love yourself meaning you're going to do this because it's good for you. Right? And then there's been times when I don't want to go to the gym. And I'm like, you're on this treadmill because this is good for you. It's good for your body. It's good for your heart. And you're going to do this because you love yourself. Right? Then I've been going on this journey of like clothing, right? Like I have nice clothes at home, but for whatever reason, I keep wearing the same things. And I found myself just showing up just in whatever I want to wear. And then lately I've been looking in the closet saying, you are going to dress your best. Look through here, put things together, and you're going to show up as your best for you, not for them, but for you. And I've been just watching me just come alive because I'm like, this is what it looks like to love myself. And this is like, and just these little things like this is how I love myself. And this is how I love myself, you know? And then just choosing to be around people that make me feel good about myself. Now, I will make everybody feel like a king and queen. That's just who I am and how I am. But I'm like, I got to be around people who make me feel that way too. Right. And I'm like, that is how I can love myself, is being around people who just see me. And it's just like, you go, girl. You know, like last night, this guy came up to me at this event and he said, I just had to meet you. He was like, I see you in our chats and I just had to meet you. He was like, you are such a social butterfly and I just had to meet you. And initially I thought he was hitting on me. He was not. He is a happily married man. And he was just like, I just had to meet you. You're such a social butterfly. I just had to meet you. And I was just talking to him for like 30 minutes. I was like, bring your wife one time. We want to meet her. Da, 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 da. And then afterwards, a bunch of people started coming to my booth and more people just kept filling in on my booth. And at the end, we ended up creating this group chat. And I was like, hey, y'all. And they said, it's the social butterfly. And I'm like, it's me. Right. But what that made me feel like was like celebrated. They love what I am and who you know what I mean? And it was like, this is what love looks like to you. It's like showing up and giving everybody your light in a way where it makes them feel so good and it makes you feel so good. And I'm like, yeah, this is what it looks like to love myself. Not when I get skinny, not when I get an implant because I'm missing a tooth, not when my hair grows down my back, but it's like today, right? And I think that God is giving us all the gift of saying, you get an opportunity to learn how to love you the way that I love you. And I am just like, I'm having this like awakening type of thing is going on. And I am just like, yeah, I appreciate this. I'm glad for this. I feel happy about this and all that. And I wanted to give you that same gift today, that you get to go on that same journey too. That wherever you are, whatever's going on, it's like, that's that. But you literally have an opportunity to go, all right, so what's a way I can love myself today? Maybe you brush your teeth twice today. Maybe you normally brush your teeth in the morning, that's it. But now you brush your teeth in the morning and night. Some of y'all would say, doesn't everybody? No, they don't. I grew up in a house where they barely brushed their teeth, right? And so it was a journey I had to go on with hygiene. I didn't use dental floss until I was like 30, because I thought that dental floss was going to make my teeth crooked because it wasn't taught in our house, right? And so I went on a journey of like brushing my teeth multiple times a day and flossing and this and this and that. And I know it sounds crazy to hear me say that, but it's the truth. And so you're just like, what? I'm just saying. And we all get to just go on this like journey of like this discovery and rediscovery and love of us. Forget about everybody else right now, but like just us. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm loving watching me rediscover myself. I'm loving watching me see what God sees, even though I'm not all the way there yet. But I'm like, it's just cool to just like be on that journey. And I wanted to give you that gift today too. And so I'm curious, in what way could you start loving yourself better? If you feel safe sharing it with me, I would love if you shared it with me, whether it's on YouTube or on the podcast. Tell me. I would love to know.